Hey guys, how's it going? This is Autobot JCB here coming to you with a brand new how to transform video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to transform the 2004 Transformers Energon Cliffjumper. Now, I want to assure you guys, this is actually the Cliffjumper character. I do know that in the series, they got Cliffjumper and Downshift mixed up quite a few times. But yes, this is Cliffjumper, just to put you guys at ease. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you how to transform Cliffjumper into his alt mode, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to combine him into both versions of his Powerlinks mode. And to help me out with that, I actually have my figures Ironhide, my Transformers Energon Ironhide, and my Transformers Energon Jetfire already pre-transformed into the Powerlinks configurations, and I will be showing you both versions for Cliffjumper as we progress through this video. So as you can see here, Cliffjumper's vehicle mode is what appears to be some type of armored dune buggy. Honestly, I've always thought this design was actually pretty cool, but this design is actually a lot bigger than you think. Unfortunately, I don't really have anything to compare it to, so I do apologize. So we're going to go ahead and jump into transforming him, and then we'll move on down the line. So some of the features that Cliffjumper has while he's in his vehicle mode, he's got his twin blasters that are mounted right here. I just went ahead and took the missiles out already just so we didn't have any mishaps and I didn't lose anything. If you turn him around, you'll notice that he's got the engine exposed on the back of his vehicle mode. And you'll notice that there is a button right here. And if you push it, you get a really interesting sound effect. Honestly, I still have not figured out what that is supposed to be. It kind of makes me think of maybe like a race car shooting by. I don't know if that's actually what it's supposed to be or not. If you guys know, feel free to let me know down in the comments. Or if you even have any guesses on what it would be, that would be cool to hear from you guys. All right, so in order to transform this one, what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and take the front end of the car. We're going to go ahead and pull it apart and then move it off to the side. And as you do, take these two panels right here and just give them one click out just like that, just so they're up and out of the way, because those are going to be Cliffjumper's shin guards, or knee guards, excuse me. So we're going to go ahead, so he's going to look like this. And what we'll do is if you take this section of the car right here, go ahead and rock this out. It's going to be on a double hinge right here. Go ahead and flip that out straight and flip that out straight. Then go ahead and rock that around until the headlights are blocking the front wheel of the car, just like that. And then what we'll do is we'll come over here. We're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to rock that out on its hinge, flip it out straight just like that, and then just fold it over and seat it right in front of the front wheel. So far, he should look like that. These sections are actually going to become his legs, but there's one thing we got to do first. We're going to go ahead and split the cab of the car apart just like that. And we're going to go ahead and take the blasters off. Just give me 1 second. They can be a little stubborn. We'll set those off to the side because we're going to be reusing those later. All right, now typically with this, all you really have to do is just fold this off to the side. But what I typically do, because of the clearance issue right here, is I typically turn them just like this, just so I can get them completely clear of the leg section of, or the front section of Cliffjumper. So now what we'll do is, let me go ahead and peg his waist back together. We'll go ahead and turn his legs forward just like this, and just like this. Now, if you want, you can click his legs out just like that. Just remember, when you have his legs set up, make sure you take these gray panels right here. Go ahead and flip them out flat just like that, because these are actually going to be Cliffjumper's heels. So far, he looks like a deformed car with legs. The next thing we'll go ahead and do is we'll go ahead and take this whole section of the car and we'll just go ahead and rock that back just like that, which will expose Cliffjumper's head. And then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and fold these back down a little bit. Just kind of get them out of our way. Now, before you bring this whole section all the way down, make sure you take this wheel, and it's on a little peg right here. Go ahead and make sure you keep it on that peg and then fold it out straight, just like that. So there's the shocks for the wheel right there, and then we're just keeping it. We're using this hinge right here just to fold it out straight. So we'll come over here, and then, like I said, make sure it stays pegged onto that little pin right there because it makes it a lot easier to manipulate. We'll go ahead and flip that out straight just like that. Now what we'll do is we'll bring this down the rest of the way behind him just like that. And then what we'll do is you'll see that the wheels are on little hinges themselves. Go ahead and turn the wheels in towards the back of Cliffjumper's head, just like that. And that's all you do for that. And then what we do is we're going to go ahead and bring these shoulder pieces out just like that. And go ahead and make sure they're pointed straight down. And then what you do is you just take the armor plate and just raise it up just like that. And just like that. And that will automatically expose his arms. And then with his arms, go ahead and give them a quarter turn forward to expose this gray piece. And then with your fingernail, you'll see that there's a little tab right here. Go ahead and flip that with your fingernail. Click it out click it out into place, and there we have Cliffjumper's fist. So we'll go ahead and hook that with your fingernail, flip that out, click it into place, and there's his other hand. And then finally what we'll do is we'll go ahead and bring this down just like this, or bring the fin down just like that, and then fold it up in front of his chest just like that. And there we have Transformers Energon Cliffjumper. Honestly, despite the fact that his legs, I think, are a little weird because of how, like, if you turn him on the side, his legs, they honestly, in my opinion, have way too much armor on them. But hey, it's the design they came out with. Overall, I'd say maybe this design is maybe a 7 out of 10, in my opinion. If you guys have a different opinion, let me know. I'd love to hear some feedback about some of the figures I have. All right, so now what we're going to do... Oh, actually, one thing I wanted to do first is we're going to take his blasters, and we'll go ahead and put them in his hands. I think it's kind of cool that Cliffjumper has 2 twin pistols that he can use. I'm not going to put the rockets back in them because I don't want to have them shoot off and one of my cats take off with them. So just being careful. All right, so now what we'll do is I'm going to show you how to transform him into the lower section of the Powerlinks mode so I can create Powerlinks Ironhide with Cliffjumper. So we'll start by taking his blasters off just like this. We'll set those off to the side. Now what we'll do is we'll start by folding up his fists just like this. And then we'll bring these down just like that. Now what we'll do is we'll go ahead, and those clicks that you just heard were actually obviously his arms. What we're actually going to do is we're going to take this whole section and we're going to flip it all the way around, just like that. Now, as we do, make sure you fold up that gray piece, and then we're going to give it a 180-degree turn, just like that. And now what you'll notice, you'll see this piece right here. This is actually going to be the fist for the upper half of his Powerlinks mode. What we're going to do is we're going to flip that out because that is now going to be the heel for his lower half Powerlinks mode. And then make sure you flip this out flat because this is now his foot. So we'll fold this out all the way and flip that in. Give this a 180-degree turn and fold out the fist for the heel. Fold that flat just like that. So there he has some longer legs. Honestly, I think that his base mode should look like that just to kind of make him look a little more agile. Okay, so now what we'll do, and this can actually be a little tricky. Mine is because of how tight the joints are. When I first got this, I actually had to use a butter knife to pry this gap apart because of how stiff it was. It was one of the weirdest things I had ever seen. But anyway, so what we're going to do next is we're going to come back here and we're going to flip the wheel around and we're going to move it all the way down just like this. So we'll flip it straight and we'll bring it all the way down just like that. Now we'll go ahead and grab his whole section right there. Yeah, make sure these are down out of the way. And then we'll cover up his head just like that. And we'll go ahead and flip this whole section. And what you do is go ahead and turn these around and then just fold them down just like this. And just kind of keep them out of the way, just like that. And then this just folds up just like that. So we have the wheels down. Turn these all the way around and flip them down just like that. And I did forget to tell you that there's the port for attaching an Energon star to Cliffjumper when he's transformed. All right, so there we have the lower half of the Powerlinks mode. And we're going to go ahead and bring in Ironhide. And we're going to go ahead and snap him on. Now, in the show, these two did actually Powerlink a couple of times. This is obviously Powerlink's Ironhide. Just give me 1 second. All right. So there we have Powerlink's Ironhide with Cliffjumper. Honestly, with the skinny legs on Ironhide, I've always thought that was kind of weird. But in the series, it did actually help Ironhide quite a bit. So the fact that they incorporated that into the toy was actually pretty neat. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and detach these two, and I'm going to show you how to transform him into the upper half of Powerlink's Cliffjumper. So if you guys give me 1 minute, I will be right back. All right, and we're back. All right, so what I went ahead and did was I just went ahead and disconnected Ironhide. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to convert him from the lower Powerlinks mode to the upper half of his Powerlinks mode so we can hook him onto Jetfire to create Powerlink's Cliffjumper. All right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and flip him completely over. And then what we'll do is you'll see the seam right here on his waist. Just go ahead and split that apart just like this, just like with any other figure. And now what we'll do is you'll take what is the heel for the lower half Powerlinks mode, go ahead and flip that back in, and then fold the leg back around, and then bring this section down and turn it, because now it is the arm for his Powerlinks mode. So we'll go ahead and flip that in, and we'll flip this around, and we'll bring that down, and there we already have the arms for Cliffjumper's Powerlinks mode. That's pretty quick. All right, next what we're going to do is we're going to take this whole section and we're going to turn it 180 degrees. And then what we'll do is we'll take this section right here and we're going to go ahead and reveal Cliffjumper's head again. One thing I forgot, guys, with the fin, flip it out, but make sure it stays straight. And then take these armor plates and go ahead and push them up just like this so they line up with this right here, because what you're going to do is the fin will actually sit below the armor plating just like that, and it'll be kind of like a little chest piece emblem. But we're going to keep it up just like this just for right now. So go ahead and flip that in. Now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and bring this around and line that up with his chest. And then this whole section right here, we'll go ahead and bring this back down, just like we're putting him back in his alt mode. And we'll flip this around. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this section right here, we're going to put it back on this pin, and then we're going to turn the wheels back just the way they were, just like with his normal alt mode. So we'll go ahead and flip this all the way back up. Put it on the pin, turn the wheel. Then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and bring the fin, bring that down, and then it doesn't really peg in, it just kind of sits there. But anyway, so there is the upper half of Powerlink's Cliffjumper. And then just like with Ironhide, I have my assistant Jetfire right here. As you can see, I've already got him transformed into the lower half of the Powerlinks mode. And then what we'll do is we're just going to go ahead and line up those pins and click them together. There's Jetfire sound effect for Powerlinks mode. And give me 1 second. And go ahead and put his blasters in his hand. Just like this. There we go. I do think that in my opinion, I think that it wouldn't hurt to like have some more armor here and here, because personally, I think he looks kind of bare with this configuration, just without having any additional armor or firepower. But anyway, guys, so there is the 2004 Transformers Energon Cliffjumper with his Powerlink's Ironhide mode and his Powerlink's Jetfire mode. If you guys have any other ideas for other Transformers you'd like me to try and do, feel free to comment below, even hit that like and subscribe button and hit that notification bell, and I will see what I can do to help you out in the future. Until then, bye.